Watch how Katt Williams sends a chilling message to Eddie Murphy and Will Smith, revealing he knows the secrets that keep the biggest stars in check.
Will Smith knows the story I have not told, you know? So it keeps everybody honest, you know? Eddie Murphy know what I haven't said, you see? They the only ones I care about. That's why I said, when I be going in places, you know, heads go down.
Look in the camera and see.
Look, let me explain something to you. I'm not scared to say nothing.
I know that shit.
I'll say it.
Y'all think Katt actually has the receipts to back it all up?
They all came down off the shuttle, looking sad and nice, wearing Sean John, looking oily, and they all walked crazy. Y'all, I need you to sit down for this one, because Katt Williams just revealed something about Hollywood that has the entire industry in damage control mode right now. And when I tell you this story is insane, I mean every single detail sounds like it came straight out of a movie. Except it's not a movie. It's what Katt Williams witnessed with his own eyes from a parking lot in the Hollywood Hills for years. And now, Eddie Murphy and Will Smith are absolutely terrified that he's finally talking about it. So here's what happened. Back in the day, and listen, this is Katt's words, not mine, there used to be these exclusive parties up in the Hollywood Hills.
This post on Suburban LA said that the LA mansion party era was unmatched. And let me tell you, that sentence brought back a whole time for me. Bruh, 2008 to 2018, if you ever been to a mansion party in LA, it made you want to be somebody.
Mansion parties, the kind of events where only the elite get invited. But here's the thing about these parties. They didn't just give out the address and let you pull up. Nah, they had a whole system. There was a parking lot at the bottom of the hill where everyone would meet. And then, get this, they had shuttle buses that would take celebrities from the parking lot up to the actual mansion, like some type of coded, secretive, you gotta know somebody to even know this exists type of operation. And Katt Williams, he was never invited to go upstairs. But, and this is where it gets spicy, Katt knew the people who ran the shuttle service. Now, before we go any further, let me tell you why this story matters. Because in his Big Boy Off-Air interview, Katt casually drops this bomb. Will Smith knows what I haven't said. Eddie Murphy knows what I haven't said. And that is why, when Katt Williams walks into certain Hollywood rooms, heads go down. Not because people are physically scared of Katt, but because they're terrified of what he saw. And what he saw? Buckle up. So Katt's in this parking lot, right? He's smoking, laughing, having a good time with the shuttle drivers, and he's watching, taking mental notes of every big name Hollywood celebrity that's getting on these shuttles to go up to the mansion. We're talking A-listers, legends, people whose posters you had on your wall growing up. And while everybody thought Katt was gonna show up fashionably late to the party, he was actually just chilling in that parking lot the entire night. Just watching. Now here's where this story goes from interesting to absolutely wild. Katt said he would still be in that parking lot 5 hours later when the shuttles came back down. And when those celebrities stepped off that shuttle, listen to how Katt describes what he witnessed. They all looked sad and nice. Sad and nice. What does that even mean, Katt? But wait, it gets worse. They were all wearing Sean John, looking oily. And they all walked crazy. Every single one of them had their shoelaces untied. Y'all, every single one. Oily skin, walking funny. Shoelaces untied on grown men who went up there looking fresh and came down looking like they just survived something they can't talk about. But here's the detail that has the internet in a chokehold right now. Katt said when these men got to their cars, they couldn't even sit down properly. So what did they do? They got in their cars and drove off standing up, with their whole upper body out the sunroof, like they physically could not sit in the driver's seat. What in the world happened in those 5 hours? And before you ask, yes, Katt is saying this on camera. This is not hearsay. This is not gossip. This is Katt Williams on record, describing what he personally witnessed. Now here's why this story has so much power. Katt said, and I quote, "You can't tell me what goes on because I was there to see both ends." He saw who went up, fresh, confident, ready for whatever networking event they thought they were attending. And he saw how they came down, oily, walking funny, shoelaces untied, unable to sit. That's documentation, baby. That's why Katt Williams is untouchable in Hollywood. Because he's not guessing. He's not speculating. He's not making assumptions. He saw it with his own eyes, multiple times, for years. Now, in the middle of telling this story, Katt drops this line that has layers. There is no baby oil in my fraternity. And if you know what's been going on in the industry lately, the allegations, the lawsuits, the things people are finally talking about, you know why that line hit different. Katt's basically saying, I was never part of that. I watched it, I documented it, but I never participated. And that is why he can tell these stories without being implicated himself. Strategic, calculated, untouchable. So let's talk about why Eddie Murphy and Will Smith are absolutely shook right now. Because Katt's not just talking about some celebrities, he's talking about legends, icons, people who've been in this industry for decades. And when Katt says, Will Smith knows what I haven't said, Eddie Murphy knows what I haven't said, he's basically holding a loaded weapon that he chooses not to fire. Think about the power in that. Katt could expose them tomorrow if he wanted to. He has the receipts. He was there. But he doesn't. Instead, he just exists as a walking reminder that somebody saw, somebody knows, and that right there is more powerful than any expose could ever be. Katt calls himself a predator, not in a creepy way, in a strategic way. He explained that before he even arrived in Hollywood, he had studied what he calls the entity. He researched how the industry works, who controls it, what happens to people who speak out. Most whistleblowers get their careers destroyed. Some disappear entirely. But Katt positioned himself from day one to be the whistleblower they can't touch. How? By never needing them. He never joined the comedy fraternities, never kissed the ring, never showed up to the right parties. Well, he showed up to the parking lot, but you know what I mean. And because he built his career independently, he has something most people in Hollywood don't have. Freedom. The freedom to say what he wants, when he wants, without consequences. Remember when Katt went on Club Shay Shay and broke the internet with 90 million views? That wasn't an accident. Katt revealed he planned that interview like a military operation. He researched the algorithm. He knew exactly what moments would make people pause, fact check, and come back. He called it taking out all 5 families at once and walking out unscathed. And here's the craziest part. The version we saw, that was the watered down version. Katt said he removed the knockout punches and only left the jabs. So when we saw Cedric, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley getting absolutely roasted, that was Katt showing mercy. Imagine what he could have said if he wanted to go full savage. Imagine what he still could say about Eddie Murphy and Will Smith. And that's the thing that's keeping people up at night right now. What else did Katt see from that parking lot? How many times did he sit there smoking and watching? How many celebrities got on that shuttle over the years? And most importantly, what other stories is Katt holding that he hasn't told yet? Because if the shuttle story is just the tip of the iceberg, what's underneath? Y'all, Katt Williams is not playing games. His new Netflix special, The Last Report, drops in February. And based on the title alone, it sounds like Katt might finally be ready to unleash everything. He also just signed deals for a 300-acre studio. Kemet Movie Works. He's producing, directing, owning. Katt called it the New Testament, which means everything we thought we knew about Hollywood. We're about to get the real unfiltered version. And Eddie Murphy and Will Smith better hope Katt keeps showing mercy. Because if he decides to tell the rest of those parking lot stories, it's over. So here's what I need from you. Subscribe to Celebrity Scandalust if you want the real tea. No filter, no sugarcoating, just facts. Drop a comment and tell me, do you think Katt will ever reveal the full story, or is the threat more powerful than the exposure? And stay tuned, because next we're breaking down what 50 Cent just exposed about the industry and why people are in panic mode. This is Celebrity Scandalous. We don't do rumors, we do receipts,